Good afternoon, everybody. Pigskin Pete here. Happy Thursday night football to everybody. I'm so excited for this game. Number one, I'm excited for the matchup here. I think this is going to be one of the better Thursday night games. Usually, a lot of the Thursday night games aren't good, but this one should be. Also excited just to be doing my first NFL live stream. I mean, I do a college football live stream every single week, and whenever I do Carolina Panthers games, whenever I do Clemson games, I'm always nervous, not for the stream, but for the game, because college football is different. You know, you lose one game, your season might be over. I'm not nervous about this game because, the NFL is, you can lose a game. Hell, you can lose 7 games, still make the playoffs. Nonetheless, I still want the Panthers to win, but it's going to be a lot more laid back for me as opposed to doing a Clemson game. I gave my breakdown on this earlier. Let me see who's in the chat real quick, and then we can start talking about the game before it starts. And I want to thank everybody for stopping in for this. I really appreciate it. I think some of these are old, but Dennis Wilson, I think that might have been from earlier. College Football Battle 2, Lee Smith, Jets, Yankees, JC69, a Pac Fan 12, Nick. I'm just going to call you Nick because I don't want to butcher your last name. Good afternoon to you, sir. Ryan Reedley, Hound Dog, Nick Bro, Michael Brown. What's up, Michael Brown? Taekook is life, says go Panthers. That's what I'm talking about. I'm glad to see some Panthers fans in here. I already see a couple of Steelers fans in here, or at least one. Yeah, so I also misspoke earlier. Normally what I'm doing on Thursday night during the Thursday night football game is watching the Sports Fury stream. And I know they're streaming tonight. They're probably streaming right now. For some reason, I thought they were on Twitch tonight, so I apologize for saying that. But anyway, they're on YouTube. But I love those guys, and I'm sure they're doing their thing over there. But Omar said, "You bet you." What does that mean? Oh, by the way, dilly to everybody. If you have a cold one, now is the time to open it. I think kickoff is in about 15 minutes. Now, what we're going to need tonight from the Panthers is, first of all, good play in the secondary. I mean, Bradbury, Jackson, Reed, Adams are all going to have to step up. The Panthers have already, I think, 11 interceptions on the year, which is a lot for them, especially since in the years past they've had problems in the secondary. But this year they're doing much better. The acquisition of Eric Reed early in the season was huge. We needed to fill that safety spot. We needed somebody a good safety to come in there. He's a very physical player. He wears his heart on his sleeve. I don't even want to talk about what, he was sort of blackballed from the NFL before he got signed because of the whole Colin Kaepernick thing. If anybody who doesn't know that story, I'm sure you probably all do. He was a San Francisco 49er, and he was one of the kneelers. I know that a lot of people turns a lot of people off. I don't care. I mean, it's a free country. These guys can do whatever they want. And by the way, I don't watch football to watch who's standing for the national anthem. I watch football to watch football. But that's just me. If you want to cry about it, if you're somebody that wants to cry about it, go ahead and cry about it. That's your problem, not mine. What's up, Sports Levine, the ATL Goods? He says, go Steelers. Good afternoon, and welcome to the stream. I'm glad to see. Listen, Steelers fans are welcome. I think this is going to be a relatively high-scoring game. I said earlier I think it's going to be in the 30s for both teams. I don't see a blowout happening, on either side. I'd say 35 to 31, 35 to 33, somewhere in that range, 38 to 35. You get what I'm saying. Whoever wins, it might be the team that has the ball last. But these are two very explosive offenses. Carolina's offense is massively improved over the past few weeks. And, of course, their defense is always good. Luke Kuechly and Thomas Davis may be the best two linebacker duo anyway in the NFL. There's no doubt about it. Luke Kuechly is the best middle linebacker in the NFL, both pre and post snap. The guy's, he's a beast. What's up, Thomas Nolte? He says, what's up, Pigskin Pete? Go Tigers. Go Tigers, sir. I see a lot of people saying Pitt will win. Ben Roethlisberger is a rapist. I hope he loses. I'm not going to even go there. That's you saying that, not me. For anybody who's keeping score. Yeah, so I'm not so surprised. I see Hound Dog says he's surprised at the Panthers this year. I'm not. Now, before the season, I basically called. I said they were going to be 6-2 after 8 weeks, and that's exactly what they are. So I'm not surprised at all. I mean, of course, everyone called me a homer. You know, you're just a homer, and you're wishful thinking. You know, all that jargon that people say. No, I mean, listen, I've been watching the Panthers since 1995, just about every single game. I may have missed 4 or 5 games since 1995. I know the team. I know what they have. And the only question here's the only reason before the season I was a little bit skeptical. Because they have a new owner, because they had a new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator, because the former defensive coordinator went and took the job at Arizona. So there's a lot of turnover there. But I knew the pieces they had on offense. As long as Olsen stayed healthy, which he hasn't so far this year. I mean, he missed like 4 or 5 games. He's healthy now though. But I mean, between Cam Newton, McCaffrey, Olsen, Funchess, I mean, these are pieces that you need. And the offensive line was a big question mark too. The offensive line has definitely gotten better over the past few weeks. But we already knew the defensive line was going to be great. I mean, Addison, Poe, Short, Julius Peppers is back, and some say, oh, he's old. He still plays great. I don't care what anybody says, and he's proving that this year. I think we get Khalil back tonight. He was injured for the past few games, and we missed him, but he's back tonight. He has, I think, an ankle injury. Nick asks, can he be a mod? And you haven't been here long enough to be a mod, sir, and plus, I have enough mods as we stand. I mean, my subscriber base, I have, I think, 15 mods. And so, listen, if anybody who wants to be a mod, continue to show up, continue to participate, and eventually you will be one as the channel grows. So, yeah. What's up, Uncle Luke? Good afternoon to you, sir. I'm sure if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic. Otherwise, you would not be here. Pigskin Pete, do you know where K1 Short went to college? I do know, and I can't think of it now. Hold on, let me hear. For some reason, I'm thinking it was Buffalo, but based on who's asking me that question, I'm thinking you're going to tell me it was Purdue. And yes, you are. So. Uncle Luke says, Pete, you know my favorite NFL team is the Carolina Panthers. Yes, I did know that, and that's not hard to figure out since you are a North Carolina guy. The good news for you, Uncle Luke, is you at least have one really good football team that you're a fan of. Unfortunately, the Tar Heels aren't very good, but it is basketball season, so you have that to look forward to. I'm just kidding with you, sir. Go Panthers. Yeah. Cheers. SEC school? Nope. It was Purdue. How can you be a Panthers fan and a Patriots fan at the same time? I know you're not talking to me because I'm not. I'm not a Patriots fan. So you might be talking to somebody else. Yeah, that player for Duke. What's up, Nick, bro? That player for Duke. I mean, that guy's almost unfair. In college basketball, he should have went right to the NBA like LeBron did. And he's just a mismatch for anybody in college. The guy's a beast. He almost went to Clemson. Believe it or not, he almost went to Clemson and chose Duke instead. I don't think it matters what team he went to. He would have been a beast anywhere he went. But Pete, if you don't see it's David in Atlanta, I'm taking your drink. Okay. Is that who? Did you change your name? David? I figured that might have been you. But good afternoon to you, sir. I know who you're rooting for tonight. And it's not the Panthers. Yeah, Zion Williamson. Yeah, that guy's a beast. You changed it for your channel too, or you just changed it for the is this another account? We got a face-to-face two of our former players, Malcolm Butler and Deion Lewis, this week, says Clemson Carton. Yeah. I think. Does anybody know what the Vegas line is on this game? Because I'm sure Pittsburgh's favored, but I want to know by how much. A Pack Fan 12 says, I'm cheering for Carolina, I think. Well, what is there to think about? Yeah, Uncle Luke, I said the same thing. Before the season started, I thought we would lose to the Steelers, but I think it's possible we can win tonight because of how much the Steelers have struggled this year. So you have, again, the Steelers have a really good rush defense. So do the Panthers. They're very similar teams, actually. They're both very balanced on offense. They have, James Conner on one side, Christian McCaffrey on the other, two sophomore running backs. They both have, I'd say if you're going to compare the receiving core to Pittsburgh's to Carolina's, they definitely have us on that. I mean, listen, they have Antonio Brown. That says enough. But Olsen is a big threat. Funchess is doing well. A lot of those other receivers have stepped up too. Bird, but DJ Moore as a rookie, obviously he's had a couple of big weeks here lately. He's sort of coming into his own now. He had a slow start to the year. Well, they didn't even really give him a lot of looks early in the year, to be honest. But that's pretty typical of a rookie receiver. I mean, unless you're in Atlanta with what's his face. How many points y'all gonna get my fantasy team? I don't know who's on your fantasy team. David in Atlanta says his prediction is Steelers 37, Panthers 20. Yeah, I disagree, and then we'll see. Like I think it's going to be a lot closer than that. The thing that Carolina has going against them in this game, if this game were a Sunday afternoon game, I think it would be a different story. But going on the road to Pittsburgh on a short week makes it that much tougher against a really good team. Yeah, so Uncle Luke says this is Cam Newton's best year so far. Well, statistically, it definitely is. There's no doubt about that. Through 8 games, he already has better stats across the board than he did in 2015 whenever he won the MVP and went to the Super Bowl. I mean, a lot of that has to do, like I said before, with Norv Turner, the play calling, just the offensive system, and Christian McCaffrey takes a lot of weight off of Cam. He doesn't have to be super Cam. He's able to check the ball down if the deep ball is not there. So these check down passes, and even he's opened up the deep passing game too because they have to account for both Newton and McCaffrey. So that's opened up the deep ball. So he has improved stat wise, but he's still the same player. Nick says Steelers 35, Panthers 30. That's more like it. I hope it's the other way around, though. I'd much prefer to see Panthers 35, Steelers 30, but I think you're onto something with that prediction there. What's up, Prince 6'1"? He says, keep pounding. Delta Charlie, good afternoon. He's watching. Yeah, somebody keep me updated on that since I'm doing this NFL game. Somebody keep me updated with the NC State Wake Forest score. I think NC State should blow them out. You're saying that, sorry, I got the hiccups all of a sudden. You're saying NC State only has 2 field goals? Oh, man. SEC Dog, good afternoon, sir. He says, hey, Pete, I'm surprised you aren't watching the NC State versus Wake game. Well, I was watching it, but as you can see, I'm streaming this NFL game. So, I mean, I don't have superpowers. I can't watch 2 games at once, and I just refuse to click back and forth. So I promised everybody that I would do, and I always planned on doing at least one NFL Carolina Panthers game in particular game this year. I might do 2. I mean, everybody knows I'm more of a college streamer, video maker than I am an NFL guy, but I'm a lifelong Panther fan. So it's for fun. It's for fun to do this, and what the hell? Why not do it? Yeah, we did break NC State, but, I mean, is anybody shocked about that? There's a Peter Pan on my Skeeter. It says Panthers will win. Some of these names, that you people come up with. I'm just going to call you Peter Pan because every time you comment, and I'm not going to say there's a Peter Pan on my Skeeter. Yeah, it's not going to happen. But good afternoon. I'm sure if you're here, there's a Peter Pan on my Skeeter. You're amazing and fantastic. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. College Football Battle 2 says Steelers 35, Panthers 31. That's similar to what the other guy said. Pittsburgh scores late to beat the Panthers. Yeah, well, I hope you're all wrong. So I don't know what to tell you. Solid prediction, though. For some reason, I thought kickoff was at 8:15. Clearly, it's not. So you have a white and blue and black Panthers jersey. You have a black one. Sounds like you have them all. Do you have a blue one, sir? Now we're talking. A Pac Fan 12 says Panthers 41, Steelers 38. That's what I'm talking about. Sounds much better. I do not like this. The kickoff's at 8:20. I do not like this camera angle that I have for this, but I'm trying something different because I'll have to change it back and forth. Oh, by the way, somebody, when I do the college streams, I always have to have somebody, because I told you before I have the memory of a cockroach. Somebody remind me after every score and or quarter change to change that on the screen. Otherwise, I will forget. It's inevitable. So if somebody doesn't remind me, then I'm holding you personally responsible. Every single one of you. Good afternoon, Ashton Owens says, "What's up?" To Goat Watson. Good to see you, man. The Goat Watson says, still waiting for the Panthers to get a number 1 wide receiver. Well, right now, Funchess is the number 1 wide receiver, but we did spend our first-round draft pick last year on DJ Moore, and I think he's going to be great. He was considered to be the top receiver in the country, or the second, coming out of Maryland. So, yeah, we got one. Change the score on the screen. That's what you're asking. Pigskin has the memory of the South Carolina Stadium. I wish I could forget that. If that's what you want to call that upside-down cockroach. It's hardly a stadium. What are you laughing at Devin Funchess for? Yeah, the NFC South is the deepest. It is. It's the toughest road to the Super Bowl. I mean, Carolina. Listen, last year the NFC South had 3 playoff teams. There's only 4 teams in a division, and the problem is, last year Carolina won 10 games, right, or 11? I think they might have won 11. But if you're an 11-win team and you're a wild card, that shows you how tough your division is. And the same thing's going to happen this year, whether it's Carolina or New Orleans. You're going to have a 10 or 11-win team that's going to be a wild card again, and that makes it tough to go deep in the playoffs when you have to play, when you're an 11-win team and you have to play road games throughout the playoffs. What's up, Bulldog? Good afternoon, Tiger Nation. Good afternoon, my man. Mr. Blue Skitbot. Good afternoon to you. Are you a bot? Your name says you are. Can confirm Saints are probably going to win the division, but I have Carolina finished right behind. So I'm going. What's up, Bill Berry? Good to see you again, sir. I'm going to the Carolina and New Orleans game on December the 17th. I think it's the Monday Night Football game. I'm going to that. So that'll be great. And that's the first of 2 they play. They play twice in 3 weeks. We're about to kick off here. 2 of Carolina's last 3 games are against the Saints. So both those games will be very important. and will most likely decide the division, who wins. What's up, Oregon Ducks football, basketball? So the Steelers are kicking off, and here we go. We're underway. And it's going to be knelt down for a touchback. So game has started, and Carolina gets the ball first, so we'll get to see Cam Newton see what he can do here with the first possession. I picked the Saints game to go to. Yeah, I picked the Saints game because it's going to be an important game, and it's Monday Night Football. I mean, why would I pick an easier game, as you put it? Miranda Dansby, my favorite damsel in distress. How you doing? All right, so here we go. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Hands the ball off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey runs up to the left for about 5 yards. He is so fast. He is so fast. Last year, well, I mean, obviously it was a different offensive coordinator, but they didn't use McCaffrey correctly. He caught a ton of balls. He actually led all rookies in receptions. It didn't matter if they were receiver, running back, whatever. But they didn't run the ball with him a lot last year. They used him mainly as a receiver. This year, they're doing a 50-50 split. He's running a lot, and they're still throwing him the ball too, which is really how he should be used. All right, 2nd and 6. McCaffrey gets the ball again in a big run, big hole. What is up with my TV? My TV just froze. All right, there it goes. So 1st down, Carolina. I mean, that was a huge hole. All right, here we go. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Over the middle. Who's that, Moore? Oh, Jarius Wright. He picks up about 8, I think. So far, Carolina looking strong on offense. I can't stand Troy Aikman's play calling. I mean, play-by-play. McCaffrey, 1st down and more. Runs up to left. Big gain by McCaffrey all the way down to the Steeler 30-yard line. I mean, he just looks like a damn cat out there. I mean, it's like a dog trying to catch a cat. And I got him on my fantasy team. Everybody in the Sports Creators League for Sports Fury, I took McCaffrey in the 1st round. Everybody was laughing at me, calling me a homer. Well, I'm winning the league. I'm in 1st place, so they're all eating crow right now. All right, so here we go. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Another McCaffrey up the middle, and he only picks up about 1. Yeah, who's is that considered to be the Steelers' color rush uniforms? I guess it is. All right, here we go. I would really like to see a touchdown on this opening drive. Second and 9, and what was that? Anyway, incomplete pass, going to be 3rd and 9. That must have been some sort of miscommunication there because I don't know who he was throwing that to. Whoever he was throwing it to didn't know he was throwing it to him. It looks like he was going after Olsen, but Olsen didn't even look for it, did he? Hell, Olsen fell down. That's what happened. Yeah, he just fell down. All right, this is a big 3rd down. I mean, we're in field goal range, but I don't want a field goal here. Newton runs up the middle himself. And he's taken down to a yard short of the 1st down marker. Go for it. Riverboat Ron. I don't know why they call the guy Riverboat Ron. Because Riverboat, you're assuming that they go for things. They're gamblers. Riverboat gambling. Well, he doesn't ever go for it on 4th down. Well, looks like they're going to now. About time. About time. That's my biggest criticism with Ron Rivera is he doesn't take enough chances on these things. But we're going for it. I mean, you got McCaffrey and Newton. Why the hell wouldn't you go for it on with 1 yard to go? If you can't get 1 yard, you don't deserve to win the game anyway. McCaffrey, first down, and he got about 2 yards on that. So 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. So here's a fun stat for all you Cam Newton haters. Cam Newton has 0 turnovers in the red zone this year and 10 touchdowns. Knock on something. Knock on wood. What's up, college football maniac? How you doing, sir? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I'm amazing and fantastic, like always. 1st and 10 from the 20. Passes to McCaffrey, complete, and it's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown, McCaffrey. Good luck stopping him. The last 3, I mean, he's been great all year, but the last 3 weeks, the guy is just an animal. He's almost unstoppable. I mean, what do you do if you're any defense in the NFL? You've got to stop, as far as a runner goes, the threat of Newton and McCaffrey. And if you try to stop a run, then he's got McCaffrey in the flat, or Greg Olsen, or any or Funchess or more. I mean, there's so many different ways they can beat you on offense. It's very hard to defend. And the extra point is good. Yes, sir. All right, so hold on. Let me get out of here and change the score real quick. Bear with me on that. Yeah. This is where I envy people like Josh and Sean from the Sports Fury. They have 2 of them. I'm a one-man band here. One-man show, if you will. So, yeah. There we go. All right, so that was a pretty impressive first drive there. Pretty balanced running and passing, and it was pretty much the Christian McCaffrey show, wasn't it? I mean, he made every big play on that drive, including the touchdown. Why are we comparing NFL quarterbacks with NBA players' free throws? I don't know. College Football Maniac makes a great point. Hashtag Pigskin Pete the GOAT. I mean, I couldn't agree more with that. Hashtag smash the like button. I mean, the guy's making great points. And also hashtag new viewer subscribe. I mean, the guy is basically Albert Einstein. I couldn't have said any of that better myself. Yeah. There's a chance. DeGoat Watson's asking if there's any way Florida can beat or South Carolina can beat Florida this weekend. Yeah, of course there is. Yeah. I mean, neither of those teams are very good. I mean, I think Florida's a better team than South Carolina, personally. That's just me, though. Ron Rivera needs Edo's balls of steel. Yes, I agree. You're also a genius. You hate to say it, but you think South Carolina might win this week? I mean, I don't know. I could care less. What's the ceiling for South Carolina this year? What? I mean, I guess they could go 9-3. How many losses do they have? 3? No, they'll be playing against who knows? Wisconsin in a bowl game, something like that, and the Outback Bowl again. What's up, Michael Moultrie? Florida over the Gamecocks. Yeah, I tend to think Florida's going to win. That game's in Gainesville, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, Jake Bentley's liable to throw about 4 interceptions in that game. That's usually what he does. Is there any chance birds have teeth? Only Louisville. Only the Louisville Cardinals have teeth. They're the only bird in nature that has teeth. Which they didn't think that through when they did that. Yeah, I do remember that. I hope Purdue does play South Carolina in a bowl game because I think they'll beat the living crap out of them. All right, here we go. So Pittsburgh has the ball now at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. And Roethlisberger throws wide open. Is that Schuster? Oh, my God. That's going to be a touchdown. Yeah. Touchdown. What the hell, man? I mean, that was a blown coverage. I mean, when he caught the ball, there was no one within 10 yards of him. Jeez. Well, this will be a high-scoring game from the looks of things. I wonder what the over-under was in this game. Here, I was thinking that they both had great offenses, but Carolina had the better defense. Well, all right, so there we go. Big play. Schuster with the big play there. And that's just a blown coverage, a huge mistake by the Panthers. But wow. Let me change the score again real quick before I forget. Dang it, man. That's why I said I feel like that this is going to be one of those games where whoever has the ball last wins. And whoever wins the turnover battle. I know that's a cliche thing to say. I mean, everybody says that, I mean, about every game. Or whoever wins the turnover. Well, no crap. I mean, whoever turns the ball over a lot's going to lose every game. That's not news to anybody. But it's going to take somebody getting a pick six or a special teams touchdown to probably get the edge in this thing. What's up, Zach White? How you doing, sir? Ravens fan there. Hey, just curious. Do you care who wins this game? You're a Ravens fan. And well, I guess you want the Panthers to win, don't you? If you're a Ravens fan. Pete, who do you think is the GOAT? Brady, Breeze, or Rodgers? Well, I mean, listen, it's got to be Brady. I realize that there's a whole debate about, Aaron Rodgers is, amazing athlete. He's an amazing passer. He's accurate. He can throw and run. He can do all this. Here's the bottom line. Brady has 6 rings, right? 5 rings, six rings. That's how you judge who the GOAT is. Michael Jordan is the GOAT in basketball. Brady is the GOAT in football. It is what it is. And you could say, well, Rodgers hasn't had, the defense or the running game or what. The Patriots have a different team every single year. He makes stars out of absolute nobodies. Brady does. And he's the greatest of all time. Until somebody wins more or can prove any different, it is what it is. That's an accurate description. If you want to say Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback and then Brady's the greatest, I mean, I don't know, you're splitting hairs there, but when you're a quarterback in the NFL, you're judged on titles. It is what it is. What's up, Andrew? Good afternoon to you, sir. Good afternoon to anybody who's just now stopping in. Please hit the like and subscribe button. If you haven't done that yet, I don't know what the hell you're doing. If you're new here, welcome. All right, anyway, the Panthers just got the kickoff and this run back to the 33-yard line. It's a good return. And there's a flag on the play. If you're new here, I do tons of college football stuff. And this is my first NFL stream because it's my team playing, and I wanted to do this game for fun. And the penalties against the Panthers, of course. Why wouldn't it be? SEC Dog says Brady is a system quarterback. Belichick makes no names and look good when Brady is suspended. No. I mean, Belichick was the coach of the Browns before he was at the Patriots, and he sucked there. He didn't even make the playoffs. Listen, and before Brady took over the starting job in New England, they still weren't that good. The only time that the Patriots have been good is when Brady's been the quarterback. All right, 1st and 10. Newton almost sacked in the end zone. He throws a pick. Pick 6. What the hell was that? What was that? I mean, you're down there that close to the goal line. You've got Christian McCaffrey running all over these fools. I mean, why not hand the ball off a couple times and get some breathing room instead of this bootleg crap? Jesus. Yeah. What did I just say? What did I just say before this drive started? I said the team that's going to win this, you guys get a pick 6 or a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Well, at the very next freaking play, the other team gets it. And that could be the difference in the game, folks. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Hopefully Carolina can recover from that and still make it a game. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers win by 7 points, I'm going to be pissed. I'm not going to even read that comment. Let me change the score real quick. Don't compare Jake Bentley to Cam Newton. Jake Bentley won't be in the NFL. If he is, he'll be a backup. If he's a backup, he'll be a bad one. He'll be the ball boy by 2024, if he's lucky. Well, the only good news about that, I think the guy I'm playing against in fantasy this week has Cam Newton as his quarterback. So, that's good. Other than that, not good. All right, so here we go. They're going to kick it off again. Deja vu here. User error. Jake Bentley, practice dummy. What's up, Air Max, the Legend Killer? How you doing? David in Atlanta's having a good laugh over here about Cam Newton. What's Atlanta's record again, sir? Yeah, aren't you in 3rd place in the South? Yeah, I think that's right. All right, let's see what happens here. 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line. Hands the ball out to McCaffrey. Pickup of about 3. Am I a homer, pigskin? I don't know, are you? You tell me. I am. Jake Bentley has more interceptions against Clemson than he does touchdown passes. So... 2nd and 8 from the 27-yard line. Timeout, Carolina. Pigskin, who will be a better NFL quarterback, Connor Shaw or Jake Bentley? Well, let's put it this way. I think Connor Shaw is a better quarterback than Jake Bentley. He definitely was in college. No doubt about that. And where is he playing now? I know he's on a roster somewhere, isn't he? As maybe a second or third string quarterback, maybe third. He's a good example. A great college quarterback, just didn't translate to the NFL. Jake Bentley, not good in college, won't translate to the NFL. He retired? Okay. All right, 2nd and 8. Newton's, he's pressured, and he escapes the pressure and throws it away. Thought he was about to get sacked there. He's hard to bring down. He doesn't like taking sacks, and that's one of his downfalls, is that he'll just throw the ball away. That's what happened on the pick six. I mean, he didn't want to take the safety, but I mean, wouldn't you rather give up 2 points than 7? I would. I mean, I'm not a math major or anything, but I'm pretty sure that's a 5-point difference. 13-3 NC State. Okay. 3rd and 8. They're really getting after Cam the past couple of drives, getting too much penetration on that line. Newton, he's pressured again, and he throws it over the middle, and it's tipped and almost intercepted. Who was that, Moore? Yeah. No, that was Wright again. No, that was Moore. So, Carolina's going to punt. So we're seeing pressure up the middle. The only difference tonight than from the past few weeks is that Khalil is back on the line, and I know he's had an ankle injury. Is he the one getting not holding his guy? Because if so, then they need to put his backup back in, because his backup was playing pretty well the past few weeks. Listening and grilling hot wings. Making me hungry, dude. Where do we think college game day will be next week? Syracuse and Notre Dame, or UCF and Cincy? Is that supposed to be a joke? I mean, almost positive it'll be Syracuse and Notre Dame. Simply because it's a novelty thing. It's going to be at Yankee Stadium, blah, blah, blah. 2 top 15 teams. I mean, that is if Syracuse doesn't lose this weekend, which I don't think they will. Or Notre Dame. I mean, if Notre Dame loses to Florida State, they don't deserve a game day. But that's not going to happen either. No, I don't. DeGoat Watson asks... he's asking about Clemson and Boston College this weekend. Do I think that the cold weather is going to bother our players? No, I don't. I mean, we play there every other year, and what year was that? It must have been 2015, I think, when we played there with Watson. We destroyed them, and it was like 20 degrees. I mean, it was like 60 to 55 to 7 or something like that. Notre Dame might not score as much points this week since Ian Book is out. Well, it doesn't matter. They're playing Florida State. According to Paul Jameson, Watson can't play in the cold. Well, I'm not going to even grace that with a response. Mark Dudley says he has a love-hate relationship with this channel. He loves his brethren here. He hates the bashing of Michigan. Everything my pops brought me up on is Michigan sports. Well, that means I'm doing my job well, sir. Listen, I've given Michigan their respect, okay? I think they're the best team in the Big Ten. I think they're one of the top 5 teams in the country. I mean, I don't know what else you want from me. Now, if you're asking me, do I think they're better than Clemson? No. So. But you're good people for sticking around, sir. I appreciate that. Anybody who sticks around here and listens to me bash their team on a weekly basis is good people. I mean, we got college football maniac in here. He's a South Carolina fan. All right, 1st and 10. And it's a dump off to Antonio Brown. He picks up about 8. Yeah. Second and 3. I'm guessing we're going to see a James Conner appearance here. And it's Antonio Brown again for a first down and more. 1st and 10. Steelers from the 45-yard line. And it's a reverse. Schuster, first down and more. Out of bounds. Right around the 40-yard line. Ugh. Is it possible, still possible, that Purdue could win the Big Ten West? Yeah. Right? Yeah. Connor Shaw is your cousin? No, he's not. Stop it. Here's Connor for his first run of the game, and he's taken down with about a 3-yard gain there, I think. Carolina really needs to stop here. They can't afford to give up two touchdowns in a row and get down 14 points. This is, if it's going to be a shootout game, you got to keep up in scoring. You can't get down 2 or 3 touchdowns. That's not going to work, especially in the first quarter, for Christ's sake. 2nd and 7 from the 31. Hands the ball off to Connor again. Connor up the middle. Down to the 22. 1st and 10. Steelers. I really like Connor, too. I mean, everybody knows his story. The Pitt running back who had cancer and beat it and all that. It's a great story, great kid, but I can't root for him tonight, unfortunately. The Panthers going to need a pass rusher when Julius Peppers retire. I hope they grab Austin Bryant late in the first round. That's very possible. 1st and 10. What was that? Picks up about 8 yards. Ben Roethlisberger drops the ball. It bounces right back up into his hand, and then he completes it to Connor for almost a first down for an 8-yard gain there. Talk about a lucky bounce. All right, they're in the red zone now. Excuse me. 2nd and 3 from the 19. No, from the 14. Sorry. Connor up the middle for a first down and more, and he's taken down at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal. And there's some trash talking going on there. I mean, that's the 3rd run he's gone up the middle like that. Just there's nobody there. Handoff is to Connor, and he's going to get a touchdown. Now, gee, who saw that coming? Let me change the score real quick. I'm about to change this camera, too. It's pissing me off. There we go. Much better. All right, change the score real quick. Well, this is not going as like I thought it was going to go. But the good news is, and there is always good news, folks, is that it's still the first quarter. So there's plenty of time left. All right. That might be the bad news. Great point there. While there's a commercial on, I'm going to grab a beer out of the beer fridge right here. Anybody need a beer? Tiger Nation. You don't drink. SEC Dog, Pac Fan 12, Comic Dude 45, Mark Dudley. Anybody need a beer? Well, you can't go on the road against a team like Pittsburgh, turn the ball over, for a pick six, and expect to win, especially if you can't stop the run. You got to make them beat you through the air. So it's not looking good so far, folks, unfortunately. What's up, Matt Rhodes? Dilly Dilly. You'll take a pound of grass. Well, this is a family show, sir. That's illegal. I want to let everybody know that I do not condone illegal activities. All right, here we go. 21-7, the Steelers over the Panthers in the first quarter. And it's going to be 1st and 10. Let's see if Carolina can put something together here. I mean, they came out in the first drive of the game, and it looked like they were just going to dominate the Steelers. Went down, scored. Christian McCaffrey just ran all over them. And then ever since then, it's been downhill. Can you please have a Fanta? I don't have any Fanta. The only thing in my refrigerator up here in my football room is water and beer. I mean, that's it, period. Every once in a while, there might be a soda in there, but not right now. 1st and 10, Cam Newton sacked at the 16-yard line. Where? The offensive line play by Carolina is terrible. That was a missed block by McCaffrey. What was McCaffrey doing there? I mean, the defender just jumped right over him. Second and 18. Hands the ball to McCaffrey up the middle for a big run. And he's taken down to the 30. I want to say he picked up about 14 yards there. That was they needed that. And they need to be doing that more. I mean, McCaffrey needs to get 30 touches tonight if they want to have a chance to win this game. They got to keep the Steelers' offense on the sideline because clearly they can't stop them. And they just need to chew up the clock and chew up the ground and try to get back in this thing that way. Play some old school. Carolina is a smash mouth team by nature. But here we go, 3rd and 5. And Newton back to pass. And what was that? He finds Funchess. I thought he was going to take off with the ball. Anyway, he found Funchess wide open. 1st down from the 45-yard line. 1st and 10, Carolina. That was actually a good play by Newton there. I was drinking some strong-ass beer at the SO bar. It was, what was that? It was a haze IPA. I let Tiger Nation take a sip of it, and he spit it out. He almost spit it out. He doesn't like beer, I guess. He said it was terrible. 1st and 10. McCaffrey, and he spins out of the tackle, and he picks up a couple of yards, maybe 3 yards there, right inside the 50. Yeah, that was funny. 13-3, NC State at the half. All right, thank you for that update. Maybe he's more of a wine guy. No, he doesn't. He doesn't really drink. He did have a margarita, I think. 2nd and 7. Newton, over the middle, complete to Olsen, inside the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Carolina. There's still a lot of pressure on Newton. He doesn't have much time to make these plays. He needs more time. But that was a hell of a throw there and a hell of a catch. Yes, I'm streaming the Mississippi State and Alabama game, Clemson Carson, this weekend. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Newton back to pass again, and he's sacked. It's going to be a long night if they can't stop that. He's got no time. I mean, he might just have to be the Cam Newton of old and just start running the ball. Whenever they get near him, just take off. I mean, I commend the guy for trying to stay in the pocket and make the pass, but he's got no time. Second and 15. The handoff is to McCaffrey up the middle, and he stopped after about 3 yards. It'll be 3rd and long. Probably got 3rd and 12. Obvious passing situation here. Judging from what we've seen the first entire quarter, they're going to bring the house at Newton. You do like wine. I do too. I like good wine. If it's blue raspberry flavored, let me have it, says Comic Dude 45. That sounds disgusting, but whatever you say. Kelly Bryant's face looks like a younger Cam Newton. I don't know about that. If you say so. I don't know. I don't think they look alike. I don't think my dad is too happy. He just walked out, and I don't see him. Well, why is your dad mad? Is he a Carolina fan? Comic Dude 45 says, guys, real talk. Do gummy bears go on ice cream? Yeah. I mean, it's a common topping when you go to an ice cream shop. I mean, the only thing about the gummy bears and the ice cream is they get a little bit hard because, you know, when they get cold. So they're extra chewy when you put them on ice cream. I mean, I don't put gummy bears on ice cream because I just don't prefer to do that. But yes, it does go on ice cream. Boston College is ranked 17. You missed that this week. Their main running back may not play. He hasn't been playing for a couple of weeks. Francois looks like he plays like Newton. I don't know. I mean, listen, Cam Newton was a dominant player in college, both at the JUCO level and obviously at Auburn. And I mean, they may have similar playing styles, but there's no comparison there. I mean, Newton is obviously a better quarterback than Francois is. I mean, Newton is a monstrous quarterback physically, and very athletic for his size. What's up, Toxic? Says Steeler Nation. All right, so here we go with the 3rd and long. At the beginning of the second quarter, I'll change the quarter here in a second, folks. Thanks for not reminding me. I'm holding you all responsible for that, like I said. 3rd and 12. Newton back to pass, and I don't know what that was. Anyway, it's incomplete. I mean, he threw that ball. I mean, I don't know what that was. He was jumping backwards and throwing the ball, and of course, it came up 3 yards short. Oh, Tiger Nate, good afternoon. Made it to Boston. What's the weather like up there, sir? Is it cold as a witch's titty? I bet it is. You have the punter out on the field. There's a delay of game penalty. I think they did that on purpose. Let's see here. I'll change the quarter real quick. And Carolina downs it right around the 6-yard line. So that's a good special teams play there. Let's see if they can actually stop them this time. Devin Funches. What's up, CS? Says Devin Funches is the man. Devin Funches is actually having a really good year. Whenever they got rid of Benjamin, which was a great move, by the way, but whenever they got rid of Benjamin, that really opened things up for Funches, and he's a big guy. Hey, Mark Dudley, you're a Michigan fan. Funches is a Michigan guy, right? So at least in some capacity, I do like Michigan because I like Funches. That's about as far as it goes. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 8-yard line. Steelers. Hands the ball off to Connor. First down. They can't stop him. Connor has 5 rushes for 42 yards and a touchdown. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line, 23-yard line. Roethlisberger complete over the middle for another first down. It's going to be a long night, folks. Did I like Kelvin Benjamin? I liked him when he got drafted. It didn't take me long for not to like him. I bought this Kelvin Benjamin jersey I bought before he ever played a snap. I bought this when he was drafted. But he proved not to live up to the hype. 1st and 10 Connor, and they finally stopped him. Picks up about 2 yards there. So it's going to be 2nd and 8, I think. It's still early. I mean, there's still 3 quarters left. Got an empty backfield here. Roethlisberger. Complete for about 5 yards. Still going to be short of the first down, so it's going to be 3rd and short. Looks like about 3rd and 2. DeGoat Watson says the Steelers have too many weapons on offense. Well, I mean, there's plenty of weapons on Carolina's offense. They just can't. I mean, their offensive line's not playing well. Buckeye guy, good afternoon. And John Neal, how you doing, sir? 3rd and 3. Need a stop here for Carolina, big time. Roethlisberger stands back there for 5 freaking minutes and throws it over the middle, complete to Antonio. I mean, he's standing back there writing checks. I mean, the guy could have did his taxes back there. I mean, no penetration. Watch this. He's just standing there, looking around. Look at him. I mean, you cannot give Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown 5 seconds to get open. You're never going to win like that. 1st and 10 from the 25. Get him! Finally. Roethlisberger sacked. Finally. I'm getting really frustrated right now. Buckeye guy says, I hate the squealers. 2nd and 16. Come on. Roethlisberger to Brown. Brown's taken down immediately behind the line of scrimmage for a 3-yard loss. Good defensive play there. Dante Jackson, it was a great pickup out of LSU. He's actually playing really well for a rookie this year. Third and 18. Come on. Roethlisberger over the middle, and it's almost picked off. What was Julius Peppers doing in coverage? That was weird. Julius Peppers almost got an interception there. He dropped back into coverage. He must have known what was coming there. That was weird. Anyway, great play by Peppers and great stop by the Panthers, but I'm assuming they're going to kick a field goal here. Let's see. Yeah, 50-yard attempt. Kick is up. And it's good. I thought he was going to miss it. 24-7 the Steelers. Despite the fact that it's 24-7, at least I finally saw something there out of the Panthers defense. It's the first time we've seen anything out of the Panthers defense since this game started. So a little glimmer of hope there. And I could use any glimmer of hope right now. What would make it even better is if Carolina goes down and gets a touchdown now. That might change my mood slightly. Probably not a whole lot, but at least slightly. All right, let me change the score here real quick before I forget. You guys are not doing a very good job at reminding me, by the way. So, I clearly I can't rely on you guys for that. Yeah. I'm just kidding, by the way. I've actually done a pretty good job of remembering for myself, which is rare. What am I doing here? What's up, Dennis Wilson? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Pigskin Pete play-by-play. Yes, that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing, if you didn't notice. Is it just me, or did the media say LSU has a good defense on par with Michigan? Didn't see that during the Alabama game. Michigan does have a good LSU does have a good defense. They held Alabama to 29 points, which is a lot less than anybody else has been able to do. That's how good Alabama's offense is. And they do have probably the best defensive backs in the country, currently and formerly. So, yeah, LSU does have a good defense. I mean, teams like Alabama, Clemson, Oklahoma, they're going to score 30 points on you. But we can all agree that LSU has no offense. I mean, that's no secret. What's up, Johnny Red Dot? Good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. I'm sure if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic. Otherwise, you would not be here, and you are here, so you are both of those things. Pete, what about the that LSU smoked? Yeah, I've been over that. I wasn't surprised. And that's another great point. Your offense keeps going 3 and out, then your defense is on the field the whole game. You get tired. I thought LSU's defense played pretty well. I'm not going to lie. I mean, listen, 29 points against Tua and that offense is good. Let's put it this way. If Clemson and Alabama end up playing at some point and Clemson ends up holding them to 29 points, I think Clemson will win the game. Because I think Clemson can score more than 30 against them. But holding them under 30 points is great. It's a great day. Anybody would love to do that. What's the weather Saturday for you guys? Cold, I think. 1st and 10, Carolina. And he throws it out in the flat, complete to DJ Moore. And he's going to pick up about 6 yards, I think, there. Maybe 5 yards. Yeah, 2nd and 5. They use DJ Moore in a lot of those, sort of trick plays. Not necessarily trick play, but they don't send him deep a whole lot. Newton over the middle. And it's complete to Moore again, and he picks up a 1st down, and Moore inside or at the 41-yard line of the Carolina Panthers, 1st and 10. Newton back to pass again, and it's complete over the middle to McCaffrey, and he picks up about 7. He's 2nd and 3, close to midfield here. Continue to feed McCaffrey every way. Get him the ball. He'll make something happen. Newton to Moore again. And Moore is taken down for a loss. Be 3rd and 5. You'll either see McCaffrey on this play or Olsen. That's the 3rd down guys 90% of the time. Either that or Newton just takes off himself. That's also a very strong possibility. And it's complete. Who is that? Jarius Wright? Yep. First down, Wright. Inside the 50-yard line, 1st and 10 Panthers. Needed that. Big time. Carolina could not afford to go. Yeah, that was a good play. Carolina could not afford to not only not score here, which they haven't yet, but to give up field position, give Steelers good field position again. All right, so 1st and 10. Handoff is to McCaffrey, and it's a reverse to Curtis Samuel, and he gets like a yard. I mean, the guy ran 15 yards for a yard. Can we just line up against these guys and run it through between the tackles? What are we doing? That is like the third either reverse or misdirection play we've done in the first half so far. What is this? Georgia Tech? Second and 9. Empty backfield. Newton back to pass. Throws it. And it's complete for a first down to Curtis Samuel. You could tell that Norv Turner's changed the play calling based on the fact that the offensive line's been playing terrible because he hasn't. He's not standing back. I mean, they're throwing very quick passes. They're getting the ball out of his hand immediately. Assuming that he's not going to have any time, which he hasn't all game. 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. DJ Moore, first down and more. Good drive here so far. 5 minutes and 25 seconds left in the second quarter. Panthers driving. All the way down to the 26-yard line, first down. Pittsburgh timeout. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. This is why Norv Turner is a genius. He knows how to change the play calling based on what's going on in the game. He's a great offensive coordinator, period, but he also knows how to make adjustments. He's not one of these, hard-headed coordinators who just feels like we're going to do what we do no matter what they do. No matter what the other team's doing, we're just going to be ourselves. No, when you're losing 24-7 in the second quarter, don't be yourselves because yourselves is getting beat. So I like what he's doing. He's making these short, quick passes, and it's working on this drive. I don't want them to completely abandon the run game because we're going to need to do that to win, especially with McCaffrey. But I like what they're doing here so far. Yeah, what's up, Cody Marmon? DJ Moore is being heavily involved in this drive. Yeah, he's been much more heavily involved just in the past few weeks in the games period. So he's he had that one game. What game was that? That was it the Giants game that he had the 2 fumbles? No, what game was it? Anyway, you remember that he had 2 fumbles, and since then he's really stepped his game up since that game. The Goat Watson asked me, do I think that Clemson's play calling has improved the last few weeks? Yes. Yes, they're running the ball. Here's the difference. Clemson's play calling has changed based on the progression of Trevor Lawrence and him getting comfortable, as a starter, as a true freshman. But the answer is yes. I mean, it's easy to say there's good play calling the past few weeks when they're just absolutely destroying everybody they play. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to say, oh, no, I don't like their play calling when they're beating everybody by 60 points. So, I mean, it's kind of cheating there, but yeah. The average fan attendance, listen, the ACC, well, listen, Georgia Tech, I mean, that brings down the average by at least 20,000 because nobody goes to Georgia Tech games. They got 3 people, and they're all cheerleaders. So, Yeah. What's up, Wrong on Purpose? The artist formerly known as Drake Luke is officially in the house. Was the fumble game against Washington? You might be right. I think you might be right about that. Yeah. Yeah, and they lost that game. Yeah. There's a challenge on this play. The Panthers are challenging this. What are they challenging? Did we miss a play? Drake Luke. We're talking about the NFL, sir. The Panthers lost to Washington. Call reversed in Carolina's favor. What was the challenge? What did I miss? Anyway, 1st and 10. They challenged a spot, I guess. Is that what that was? Okay, yeah, they challenged the spot. Gotcha. All right. All right, so now it's 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. 5 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first half. Newton, complete to McCaffrey, and he's off to the races. Touchdown, McCaffrey. We needed that. That's the second touchdown by McCaffrey tonight. And that, my friends, is how you do it. And that's also the reason I drafted McCaffrey in the first round, even though everybody told me I was crazy. Change the score real quick before I forget. Yeah, he's wide open. I mean, I don't know how you don't cover McCaffrey in that situation. He's already got over 100 yards total. 60 on the ground, 40 through the air, and 2 touchdowns. In the first half, that's pretty good. All right. So at least we got a game here. The Goat Watson says, I drafted Deshaun Watson in the first round, Christian in the second round. Yeah, I never draft quarterbacks early in a draft. The running backs are what you draft early most of the time in fantasy. I mean, it depends on how big your league is, too. I mean, a 10-person league, there's no reason to take a quarterback. I got Deshaun Watson in the 6th round, and I think I might have been the first one to take a quarterback. But, yeah. What's up, Rare Nation? I wonder what Jim Harbaugh told those recruits in the tent sleepover at IMG Academy. What's sad is you're not wrong, sir. That did happen. No other school home record was 58-0, so people shut up about the stadium. That's not Miami's problem. What are you talking about? Huh? Well, Miami doesn't have a stadium problem because they don't have a stadium. I mean, McCaffrey is great for his size. Well, he's great for anybody's size. He's just a hell of a football player. He's so fast. And as a receiver, I'm trying to think of a better receiving running back in the NFL right now. I know there's a lot of them. I mean, Alvin Kamara, obviously. He's one. Other than him, name one. Last drive was 9 plays, 73 yards. It took 4 minutes and 42 seconds. So that's what we need. We need more of that. (24-14), 5 minutes and 4 seconds left, and they're about to get a delay of game. Oh, there's a play clock running there. All right, so here's the kickoff. And it's a touchback. Todd Gurley is a good receiving running back. You're right about that. Le'Veon Bell is also, but he's not playing right now. So. What is your unbiased list from the greatest to worst quarterbacks in the NFC South? I did this before the season. I'll get to that in a second. 1st and 10, Pittsburgh. The handoff is to Connor, and he runs up the middle for about 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 5. My unbiased opinion is that it's Drew Brees, Cam Newton, Matt Ryan, and then whoever the Bucks quarterback is this week or this year. And so, yes, I do think that I would rather have Cam Newton as a quarterback than Matt Ryan. That's my honest opinion, my non-biased opinion. 2nd and 5. And he's taken down for a loss, so it's going to be 3rd and 6. Good defensive play there by the Panthers. What's up, Richard Neal? How you doing, sir? Yeah, there's lots of running backs who are good at catching the ball out of the backfield, but I still put McCaffrey in the top 3, up there with Kamara. He's more. I mean, Gurley is a beast running back, period. But McCaffrey's a better pass catcher, I think. Complete to Switzer over the middle for a big gain. 1st and 10 from about the 48-yard line. That just goes to show you how bad the Cowboys are. I mean, they drafted Switzer, got rid of him, and now he goes somewhere that has a real quarterback. He can actually catch a football. 1st and 10 from the 7-yard line. 3 minutes left in the half here. Roethlisberger throws it deep. Antonio Brown, touchdown. The Goat Watch says, like I said, Carson Wentz is in top 5 in the league, just like everyone was telling me. I don't know about top 5. He's definitely starting to look like a Big 12 game. Hey, Clemson Carson coming through. Telling me to change the score. Kudos to you, sir, for that. I appreciate it. I'm getting tired of changing the score because it seems to be one-sided. I mean, that was a mismatch from the go. That's why as soon as the ball was snapped, you saw Big Ben just threw it right up. I mean, that was a mismatch. One-on-one, Jackson with AB. I mean, come on. That's a touchdown every time. The Steelers get the ball in the second half. Somebody just asked that. Yeah, Carolina had the ball the first half. So, basically what we need here is we have 3 minutes to put some points on the board to keep this thing within range. DeGo Watson says he will only remind me to change the score whenever the Panthers score. That's a good idea. Yeah, that might work better. 13-6 NC State, barn burner. How much time is left in that game? It's got to be fourth quarter by now, right? Or late in the third? Falcons signed Bruce Irwin. Yeah, I saw that. First and 10, Newton. And it's complete. Looks like it's to Moore for about a 4-yard gain there. Oh, Dante Jackson's having a complete meltdown on the bench there. I mean, are you mad at yourself, dude? Second and 8. 2 minutes and 38 seconds left in the first half. Newton over the middle. Olsen. What did Olsen do? Just fall? Anyway, a big gain there. But Olsen, I mean, he could have got another 10 yards out of that. He just fell. And the clock is ticking. Carolina's 41-yard line, first and 10. And we're about to hit the 2-minute mark here. Newton throws it. Olsen again, complete for about 7 yards there. That 58-0 Al Folden whooping Clemson put on my Canes is all rock rubber ramp runners can talk about. No, we can talk about a lot of stuff, sir. We can talk about the fact that Miami's never won the ACC. We can talk about the butt whooping that you took last year in the ACC title game. I mean, there's a lot we can talk about. We can talk about how terrible they are this year. I mean, what's their record? I stopped watching after about 3 games because it was unwatchable. What's Miami's record this year so far? They have 4 losses. Try not to lose to Georgia Tech this weekend, sir. Can I do NC State versus Wake Forest during the halftime unless you going to spend time with my family? Spend time with my family during halftime? Huh? What's up, Money Life? Money Life comes in and says, Steelers are going to win. Well, I mean, that's like watching the Alabama and LSU game last week, after they're winning by 3 touchdowns and coming in and say, Alabama's going to win. Well, yeah, probably. But the game's not over. It's a good game. Well, I don't think it's a good game. It's a good game for you because you're a Steelers fan. What's up? Be Heard 256 says Roll Tide. I see why Jackson's mad now. He's trying to say that Antonio Brown got a push-off on him and a hold, which he kind of actually did. He actually did. Yeah, that's why he's mad. I mean, you could have called that either way. But look, man, you got beat. I mean, he got beat. Antonio Brown, he got separation. It is what it is. Stop crying about it. Just don't let it happen again, sir. All right, 2nd down and 3. Newton, over the middle, complete. Was that Olsen again? That's the 3rd straight completion by Olsen. Inside the 50-yard line. 1st and 10, Carolina. And we are at 1 minute and 40 seconds and counting left in the 2nd quarter here. They got 2 timeouts left. Newton, and he's hit. What are they going to call that, a fumble? And McCaffrey picks up the fumble, falls on the fumble. Jeez-a-ree. He just got smacked. I mean, nobody even tried to block him. Yes, Tua is winning the Heisman, to answer your question, yes. 2nd and 19. Newton never even saw him. And he just put his helmet right on his throwing shoulder, too. All right, so 1 minute and 22 seconds left here in the 2nd quarter. It's going to be 2nd down and 22. Newton hits McCaffrey. McCaffrey is taken down about the 47. Oh, man. It'll be 3rd and 16. 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Timeout Steelers. I think some of y'all jinxed Cam Newton. What's up, son? Good night, bud. Old Pete Jr. there, telling his dad good night. It's a good kid there. Caesar blown coverage after blown coverage. You guys are talking about. All right, here we go. 3rd down and 16. What the hell? False start. This offensive line is terrible tonight. Terrible. Third and 21. Newton throws it. Intercepted. I mean, where was he throwing that ball to? What are they? They're going to say it's not. They're going to say it wasn't an interception. They're going to say it hit the ground. Well, whatever. Doesn't really matter. 4th and 21. Yeah, that ball did hit the ground. Anyway, they're going to have to punt it. There's still a minute left. I mean, I don't know. It seems that the Steelers can score a touchdown in 10 seconds. A couple of times they've done that tonight. So, hell, they might be able to score 2 more touchdowns before halftime the way this thing's going. Yeah, you guys, I don't know what you're talking about the Heisman. Listen, the Heisman, I know I could care less about the Heisman. It's a individual award. Doesn't mean anything about a team. Trust me, Gamecock fans come on my channel all the time. You guys don't have any Heisman winners. We have one. Oh, good for you. You still don't have any national titles. No SEC titles. One ACC title back in 1969. I mean, you've got nothing. No New Year's Six bowl wins. But you've got a Heisman winner back in when was it? The 60s, 70s. Who cares? Individual award, popularity contest is all that is. I'd much rather have a natty than a Heisman winner. If someone said Trevor Lawrence can win a Heisman, but you won't win the national title, or you can have a national title and he doesn't win the Heisman, which one do you think I'm picking? 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Connor for a big gain. 1st down and more. Clock is ticking, though. Steelers have one more timeout, but we're inside 45 seconds. It doesn't look like they're going to use it on this play anyway. They're not using their timeout for some reason. It looks like they're going to be happy to go in at halftime because they get the ball to start the second half here, and I don't blame them. Roethlisberger, 1st down. He just called a timeout with 3 seconds left. And then he retracted it. I've never seen that before. You can retract a timeout? Oh. Well, one of two things is going to happen tonight. Either the Panthers are going to win this game, or I'm going to drink enough beer to forget about this. Which one should I do? What is today? Thursday? They are coming out for one more play. All right. Hey, what's up, KG4? How you doing, sir? He says, go Tigers. Hey, Pete. Go Tigers. Yeah. So let's break down. This would be a very quick breakdown, too. Let's break down what we just witnessed in the first half of this football game. The Panthers come out at the first drive of the game, march down the field. It's the Christian McCaffrey show. He's catching balls. He's running all over them, gets a touchdown. Then the Steelers get the ball. First play from scrimmage. What was it, a 75-yard touchdown pass to Juju Smith-Schuster, or maybe 60-yard, whatever, doesn't matter. Ever since then, we've seen a Cam Newton running for his life all game. I mean, he's getting no offensive line help whatsoever. Threw a pick six instead of taking a safety in the second possession of the game, and it's just been terrible. The only good thing we've seen out of this entire first half is that McCaffrey is the only thing that's breathing any life into this offense or this football team. Period. But if the offensive line can't block anybody, then I mean you're not going to win on the road like that. Don't get drunk on a live stream. I was just kidding. I don't have enough beer to get drunk, but it's tempting though. Trust me. Am I a mechanical engineer? No, I can barely work this computer that I'm talking to you on, so you must not be talking to me. Man, I'm a Panther fan, but I hate to say it. I think we're going to lose. That's a pretty good assumption there. You're a genius, sir. Uh-oh. Look who's here. It's a Sports Fury raid. Now, Josh and Sean, first of all, thank everybody who's on here doing the Sports Fury raid. I'm normally one of the guys that's in this comment section doing the Sports Fury rating, if that's what you call it. But I see what these other guys do. Whenever we raid their channels, they don't take the opportunity, right? I'm a hell of a salesman. Everybody who's in here rating right now, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. I'm a hell of a salesman. I'm a hell of a YouTuber. You won't regret it. I promise. I'm going to make the most out of this opportunity. Josh and Sean, I love both of you. Two of the best guys on YouTube. I've been lucky enough to be on their show a couple of times now, and I'm sure I will be in the future. But if you are rating right now and you're not hitting the like and subscribe button, then you suck. And I'm going to do this for Josh and Sean since they were nice enough to raid me and they're nice enough just to be involved with me in any capacity whatsoever. This will be the first and the last time I do this for you, Josh or Sean. So I want you to pay close attention to this. For Josh. Duh, Bears. Which I can't even do that good. You have to be a Chicago fan to do that right. Let me try that one more time. Duh, Bears. Was that better? And this might even be more painful than doing the Bears chant for me. This is for you, Sean. How about them Cowboys? There we go. That'd be the first and the last time you ever hear me do that. But thank you, Josh and Sean. Love you guys. Love all the Sports Fury Nation. You guys are all amazing and fantastic. Otherwise, you would not be here. So I don't know what else to say. Listen, I wish this game was going better. This raid might be the best thing that happened to me all night. I'm about to raid the fridge and drink every last single beer in there so I can forget about this curb stomping that we're getting. What's up, Philly 500, Falcons Fury, all the rest of you guys? You're all awesome. Thank you. And yeah, it hurt me to say it, Philly. It hurt me to say it. I mean, I don't know if it hurt me more to say that or to watch this football game we're watching right now. This is it's terrible. It's terrible. Yes. Thank you everybody for subbing. I was just kidding. If I called you stupid, I didn't mean it. I promise. Yeah. If any of you guys are college football fans, I mean, listen, I normally wouldn't. I normally don't do these NFL streams. But my Panthers are playing tonight. I promised everybody I would do at least one Carolina Panthers primetime game, and I'm doing it tonight. I may do another one, too, later in the year, depending on how things go. But I do college football streams every weekend for a primetime college football game. I also do meaningless and pointless college football videos all week long and a couple of live streams a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We have a lot of fun on there. I mean, chances are I'm going to trash talk your team, but that's okay. The majority of the people that watch this channel are not Clemson fans, and everybody's welcome here. I'm an equal opportunity hater. I hate everybody equally. So, yeah. I see somebody saying they love Clemson. That means you're a genius. I mean, anybody who loves Clemson is a genius. That goes without saying. I see a lot of familiar names in here from the Sports Fury. Thank you, Philly 500. You're a great YouTuber, sir, and it's impossible to watch Philly 500's channel and not laugh. His editing is it's fun. My favorite Philly 500 video, I go back in the archives, is before the season started. I think they played the Falcons the first game of the season. And, of course, we both have something in common, me and Philly 500. We both hate the Falcons. I mean, that's not hard to do. But he went on a search all around town to try to find a Falcons Super Bowl ring. He almost found it when he had the butt doctor looking in his rectum to try to see if it was up there. He almost found it, but still, at the end of the day, no Falcons Super Bowl rings, not even inside Philly 500's ass. But that was a funny video. Loved it. Yeah. Thanks to everybody, all the Fury Raiders. I appreciate it. It won't be forgotten. Alpha Evie says, since I'm here, what are your thoughts on my college team, Fresno State? We're doing great so far in the rankings. I believe that they're the best team in California right now. Well, you actually might be right about that. They might be the best team in California. If you want to know my thoughts on Fresno State, I think they're a great Group of 5 program. But I'll tell you, like I tell every other Group of 5 fan, you're not making the playoffs. I don't care if you win 90 in a row. UCF fans won, 21 in a row now, and they're saying that they're the former national champs and that they belong in the top 4. Sorry, it's not going to happen. Join a Power 5 conference, run through a Power 5 schedule, and then we'll talk. But Fresno State is a very good team, and they might be the best team in California. You're right about that. Duh, Bears. I just did it again. It's infectious saying that. Oh, no, look who's back. Church of Bama. Yeah, this guy doesn't have 2 brain cells to rub together. It takes him 10 minutes to figure out a stupid, what he considers to be some sort of Peete is a bandwagon Clemson fan, he says. Did not hear Peete until they made the playoffs. Because I didn't have a YouTube channel till a year ago, sir. Clemson's been good for 10 years. Go away. Get a life. What's my favorite Clemson all-time football player? That's a good question. I really liked Woody Dantzler. That's going way back, though. Modern era, it's going to have to be Deshaun Watson. That goes without saying, and it's because he's the greatest Clemson football player of all time. But that's a common one. Brian Dawkins is another good one. Yes. Pete, did you go to Clemson? No, I didn't. I had 2 older siblings that went there. My sister went there in the 80s. My brother went there in the 90s, and my wife went there. First Clemson game I ever went to, 1985. And I was 5 years old, and when I walked inside that stadium, I was hooked. And I've been raised to hate Gamecocks and love Tigers. That's pretty much how it goes. I went to Notre Dame. They are doing pretty good this year. Yeah, they're a top 4 team in the country, aren't they? Yeah, they're doing really good. Refrigerator Perry's another one. Yeah. He's one of the more famous Clemson players of all time. Him, Brian Dawkins, obviously Deshaun Watson. I mean, there's been a lot of great all-time greats that have come through Clemson. What's the guy that just died? The Immaculate Reception, the guy from the 49ers who caught the touchdown pass from Joe Montana. I can't think of his name now. Anyway, he was a Clemson player. What was that guy's name? He just died. He was like 80. Or not 80, 70 something. Sammy Watkins is your favorite player of all time. That's a good one. Yes, Fuller. If you're really a Clemson fan, what's Dabo Sweeney's son's best friend's dog's favorite meal? It is cut up hot dogs with melted cheese on it. Dwight Clark. Thank you, sir. Dwight Clark just died this year. He was a all-time Clemson great. Obviously an all-time 49er great. He was not a Hall of Famer in the NFL. That's a shame and a travesty, but it's true. Who's the better defensive tackle from Clemson entering the upcoming draft, Dexter Lawrence or Christian Wilkins? Well, I mean, I think you're splitting hairs at that point, but according to, Mel Kiper and these so-called draft experts, they think that Christian Wilkins will go ahead of Dexter Lawrence. I'm not so sure about that. Listen, there's going to be 3 of the 4 defensive linemen for Clemson taken in the first 15 picks overall, which would be the first time that's ever happened in the draft. 3 players from one team going in the top 15, especially from one side of the ball. But I think Wilkins will probably go first. Then Lawrence. I mean, you might see them go back to back, really. And then Farrell, and then Austin Bryant. Austin Bryant will probably be the outlier late in the first round, early in the second round, if I had to guess. Yeah. Who's in my Final Four? Do I think Clemson's going to cover the spread against Boston College? Yes. Who's in my Final Four? You mean who's in my Final Four right now, or who's in my Final Four do I think is going to end up the Final Four at the end of the year? As far as my Final Four right now, I had it the same as the committee had it. Who I think is going to be there at the end of the year? I think obviously definitely Alabama and Clemson. I don't see them losing another game from here on out until the playoffs. I do think Notre Dame is going to lose a game. If they get past Syracuse, they probably will win out, though. And then I do think that Michigan will win out because they don't have anybody left to play other than Ohio State, but Ohio State is massively overrated, and Urban Meyer's got 1 foot out the door, and he's got one head in the operating room. Apparently now he has a brain tumor we didn't know about. I mean, before he had a heart condition, now he's got a brain tumor. I don't know what's next. He's got a hangnail, a toe fungus, something. I don't know, a skin condition. But anyway, I think Ohio State's going to get beat by Michigan for the first time in Harbaugh's career there, and what you're going to see is Michigan in the playoffs, and which makes me happy because I think Clemson will beat Michigan or Notre Dame. Chiefs or Rams? I would have to say Rams because, listen, the Chiefs have a better offense, I think, slightly. They definitely have a better quarterback. But the difference is the Rams have a legit defense, and that's something that the Chiefs do not have. But listen, the Chiefs can outscore anybody, so it's that's a hard thing to choose. Listen, guys, I got the second half's about to start. I got to piss like a racehorse. First of all, everybody who stopped in from the Sports Fury, thank you. If you want to stick around for the second half, please do. But I got to pee. Something serious. Yeah, shit. Yeah, I gotta pee, so I'm gonna have to get off here for about a couple of minutes. Well, a brief intermission, if you will. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. I was just about to get up and pee whenever I got raided. Yeah, so thank you. Hold on, let me change the quarter real quick before I forget. Did I miss anything? All right, so a 2nd and 9, and it looks like the Steelers are moving the ball again. McDonald complete, almost to the first down marker. It's going to be 3rd, and it looks like about 2. He's doing an upper decker. What's up, Notre Dame Nation? How you doing, sir? Streaming the Panthers versus Steeler game in 1080 on my channel. Sir, this is not an advertisement for your channel. I mean, I'm sure you're a great content creator and everything, but I don't think I've ever seen you here before. This is not the place to be advertising. Schuster for a first down and more. 1st and 10, Steelers. I mean, Brown was open too. 1st and 10 from about the 14-yard line. Connor, and he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10. What's up, Clemson Carson? Welcome back. Can we see your left arm tattoo? Sure. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, the Steelers put up points. You're right. 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger throws it into the end zone, and it's incomplete. Schuster had it in his hands, but he bobbled it. Good play by Captain Munderland on that one. That was close, though. Yeah, he could have caught that. It just bounced right off of his hand. Huh. 3rd and 8. Roethlisberger, and that's a touchdown. Who's that, McDonald? Yeah. Mark Daly says he'll be back. Yeah, I have Christian McCaffrey in my fantasy too. Well, that might be the only thing I win tonight because this game is not looking good. Oh, thank you. Thank you for reminding me to change the score. Appreciate it. And there's a personal foul penalty, I think, against the Panthers after the play. That was smart. Great job there. That's what we need is a I'll change the score right now while thinking about it. So it's going to be officially 38-14 Steelers. There's still 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Well, I couldn't have been more wrong about my prediction for this game. I thought this was going to be a high-scoring game on both teams' parts, and I thought it was going to be, a touchdown or less of a win. and right now it's a blowout. Still lots of time left though, but I mean they can't stop Pittsburgh, so. 38. It hurts to be a Panthers fan right now. Well, see, that's the great thing about the NFL is you have games like this. But I mean, the Panthers are still 6-2. If they lose tonight, they'll be 6-3, and they're still going to be in second place in their division, and well within reach of a wild card spot, which is most likely what they'll get anyway, depending on how it goes when they play the Saints a couple of times. Going on the road on a short week into Pittsburgh, not an easy task, but they still should be performing better than they are. So, what would be more sad to see, Carolina or Clemson to lose out the rest of the season? Clemson. What's up, Jamin Games? Says, I waited all day for this. You waited all day for what? You waited all day for the game? You waited all day to watch Carolina get beat? Or you waited all day for the Pigskin Pete YouTube stream? Because out of all those things, the Pigskin Pete YouTube stream is by far the best out of all of them. But welcome. Yeah. I don't want to see Clemson lose at all, period. Prince 6'1" is trolling himself and me and all Panthers fans. Hashtag keep pounding. Well, good. You waited for all of the above. You're a good man, sir. Kidder96 says, shout out to Johnny Boy and Billy of WRFXFM. Well, the only way for that shout out to work is if John Boy and Billy are watching the stream right now. So shout out to John Boy and Billy. All right, so here we go. 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Panthers receive, and he's going to run it back to about the 30-yard line. Notre Dame Nation says, I'm new and you talk the best sports. Well, thank you. You are officially the first person that's ever said that. So, I mean, I like you already. You might be trolling me, but either way, you're amazing. Yeah, Reginald Cadet says it's all good. We're definitely going to bounce back. Yeah. I'm not worried about it. Handoff is to McCaffrey, and he picks up about 5 or 6. So it'll be 2nd and 5. Yes, that's a great point, Jamin. We've been down by, well, hell, we were down, 17 points to Philadelphia with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter and came back. Now, Philadelphia doesn't have near the offense that Pittsburgh has. That's the problem we're going to have in this game coming back. We can't stop their offense. Newton is sacked for a giant loss. I mean, I don't even know how many yards that was. 1 million. The first play in the history of the NFL to have a 1 million-yard loss. That's what that was right there. Our offensive line's looking like Florida State. Yeah, they're not looking good at all. I'm surprised that they're not running Cam more. Normally, whenever the offensive line has a breakdown like this, they run him more to make them respect that, but they're not doing that. He continues to drop back and not run. 3rd and 17. Yeah, 3rd and 17. Let's throw a 1-yard pass. That works. Great play call there. I couldn't have called a better play myself. I hate when you have a third and long situation and they throw a 1-yard pass. I will never understand that. It never works. And the Switzer gets a fair catch down there at the 35-yard line. Looking for a flag, but they didn't throw one. So the Steelers will take over at their own 35. 6 minutes and 6 seconds left in the third quarter. 38-14. Pittsburgh. It's 3rd and 17, and they have a bad offensive line. What are they supposed to do? I mean, I don't know. They're supposed to try to get a first down. I mean, throwing the ball 1 yard is not going to – I mean, how many times does throwing the ball 1 yard get you 17 yards? Percentage-wise, it's not going to work. I mean, you're almost just as good at least trying to move the ball down the field and taking a sack as you are throwing it 1 yard. It's a low percentage play. A lot of teams do it, and it almost never works. I don't like it. Well, at least your team isn't doing like my team did and get destroyed by a terrible Jaguars team in week 2. Well, you're a Patriots fan, so I mean the Patriots are looking great right now, and listen, the Patriots play in one of the worst divisions in the NFL. I mean, Tom Brady could cakewalk to the playoffs in that division. And the Jets are terrible. The Bills are maybe the worst team in the NFL. The Jaguars, I don't know how the hell they beat you week 2, but anyway, they look terrible too. So Notre Dame Nation says he's a huge Falcons fan. I don't know if this is the worst game they've ever had. That's a big statement. I mean, they had a 1-15 season the year before they drafted Cam Newton. I'm sure they had a couple of games in there that were pretty bad. Raiders are the worst team in the NFL. I mean, there's the Giants, the Raiders, the Bills. They're all terrible. I mean, it's like, your guess is as good as mine which one's the worst one is, but they're all bad. Yeah, this whole thing where people start saying that Alabama could beat any NFL team is ridiculous. If the Raiders were to play Alabama this weekend, the Raiders would be favored by 35 points. So, the Ravens are terrible. The Ravens aren't near on the level as those other teams I just named, but they're not looking good right now. That's for sure. All right, so 2nd and 9 from the 36-yard line. Hands the ball off to Connor. And he's taken down at the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 3rd and 9. Yeah, the greatest college team ever won't beat any NFL team. It's a very clear distinction. Yeah, Tampa's pretty bad too. Good point there. Rick James says, show the game cracker. No. 3rd and 8. Roethlisberger pass over the middle, complete for a first down and more. Was that McDonald? Yeah. Georgia would beat Notre Dame. I tend to agree with that. They're going to pass it 3rd down each time. How do they? Yeah. Yeah, the Thursday night games are normally not good. I thought tonight's was going to be a lot better because it's two good teams, but boy, was I wrong about that. Handoff is to Connor, and he picks up about 4. Yeah, it's hard for these. The players don't like the Thursday night games because they only have, whatever, 3 days of rest from a Sunday game to a Thursday game. I mean, if they're going to do these Thursday night games, they should be coming off a bye. That way they get a week and a half of rest instead of the other way around. And then they would have another week and a half after they play it before they had to play another game. But that would make sense, and what the NFL does normally doesn't make sense. So 2nd and 6, Roethlisberger, incomplete. So it's going to be 3rd and 6. And they're not really in field goal range here, so a stop here would be huge. I mean, it would at least keep the game, in theory, in reach here. Not really, but... the real Satan. Good afternoon, the real Satan. Welcome to the stream. I'm sure if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic. Otherwise, you would not be here, even with a name like the real Satan. I agree with what you said. And the pass is complete, just short of the first. Let's see where they spot this. I think he was short. They're giving him a first down. I don't. Come on. Let's see if the Panthers challenge that. I don't think he got the first down. I mean, it was close, but I don't think he got it. No. He stuck his hand out, his other hand out. Not challenge that. They didn't challenge it. That definitely was not a first down. If this was a Sunday, I don't see the Panthers losing this badly or even losing in general. Well, they definitely probably wouldn't lose this badly. I mean, it's hard to say whether or not they'd lose the game in general, but I agree. The Thursday night games are tricky, especially for the road team. But there's still no excuse for 38-14. That's not excusable. 2nd and 9. The handoff is to Connor, and he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 9. Oh, I'm sorry. That wasn't Connor. Connor's in the tent. What's up, Don J. Crawford? How you doing, man? You're a Steelers fan. That's all right, sir. I still like you anyway. You're a Clemson fan, so you're good people. Yeah, this is so you're probably very happy right now. I would be if I were you. Roethlisberger, he's running with the ball, and he. And now let's get a flag here. Yeah, there's a fight on the field. Good job. Good job. What is going on? I mean, why don't we just give him a touchdown? Just go ahead and give him the 7 points and have him kick it off. You let Ben Roethlisberger run for 20 yards, and then you get a personal foul penalty on top of that. Great job. Good job. And there might be two penalties. Hell, that might be a targeting and a personal foul after the play's over. Roethlisberger runs a 4.9. Don't at me. Yeah, well. What is the deal with Clemson recruiting? What do you mean? You mean in general, or did something happen? What's up, Xavier Hobson? Panthers giving my Falcons hope. Just keep losing. Yeah, well. In general, they now listen. I'm not a major recruiting guy. I usually don't start paying attention. Now I do know some, when they have these really high profile commits, I'll pay attention to that. I don't really start paying attention to the actual recruiting until the season's over. That's not my thing. But what I know, they've got some. I mean, they're projected to be in the top 5 next year again, and then again in 2020. We have the number 1 overall quarterback recruit in the country coming in 2020. He's from California. We've got another 5-star commit from the state of California also. I don't know why we're getting all these California guys. Who's a wide receiver. And then, of course, the normal defensive linemen from all over the Southeast. But I don't know. If you're talking about next year, I say we're going to be in the top 5 for sure. We need to play y'all again. The game might be better now. For whatever reason, Carolina didn't show up tonight. They're just getting outplayed. They're not playing well. Their offensive line's terrible. It's just it's bad all around. But don't think just because they're getting their butt handed to them tonight that somehow they forgot how to play football overnight. I mean. First and goal. Handoff to Samuels, and he's taken down on the line of scrimmage. The final seconds of the third quarter are ticking down. We got about 50 seconds left in the third quarter here. Pittsburgh always blows out Carolina. Is that true? When's the last time they played and what was the score? Second and goal. Roethlisberger complete. Touchdown. Easy touchdown. He didn't even get touched. That was Jesse James. Yeah, what's up with this stream here? For a couple of seconds there, it was saying I was offline. Anyway, go ahead and change the score here before I forget. 45-14. Clemson Carson says I would say to change the score, but forget about it. Nobody cares. Yeah. I don't know what was up with that. YouTube said I was offline for about 10 seconds there, but I don't see any problems. So roll with it. All right, let me change the score real quick. I'm gonna be a trooper. I'm gonna be a trooper and stick through this thing, at least for the majority of the fourth quarter. So. What's up, Laser? Is Cam okay? I mean, emotionally or physically? What's up, Brandon Rogers? As far as I know, he's okay. When did I start liking Clemson? I think I just told this story a couple minutes ago. In 1985 was my first Clemson game. My sister was a cheerleader there in the 80s, so that's when. What do I think Clemson's challenges facing BC? Well, the biggest challenge, first of all, Boston College does have a pretty good defense, but I mean, personnel-wise, Boston College can't match up with Clemson's offense. Clemson has yards per play; they lead the country in rush offense, and of course, their passing offense is ridiculous now that Lawrence is getting comfortable. Their biggest threat is their running game. It always has been. I mean, that's what Boston College is. They're a running football team. For them to be able to chew up the clock, get some points on the board, and keep Trevor Lawrence on the sideline. Am I worried about Boston College beating Clemson? No. So. No, I don't know. Physically, I think Newton's okay. Unless he got hurt, and I didn't notice. I mean, he's been getting his brains bashed in all night, so he's probably not feeling very good. You got to be kidding me. Pittsburgh ball. Jesus Christ. This is an ass whooping of a... Talk about Joel Klatt. I think I said enough about Joel Klatt earlier today. What's left to say? Catrick Rogers. Let's see how smart this guy is. Clearly, this guy's, I mean, he must have went to South Carolina. Bitch, get yo ugly ass, dry ass face ass bitch. You don't know shit about football, fat ass mic you using. You're a smart guy. I don't know what's worse. Me being the ugly ass bitch that I am, or you watching me. Clemson should let Trevor Lawrence throw the ball deep in this game. Yeah, I think they will. He throws it deep in every game. What's up, Ron Boniti? Also, it's a short week. Both teams. Do you think that's a factor in this? Well, it's definitely a factor for the road team to travel in a short week. Yeah. Why can't I see his comments? Somebody probably timed him out, I would imagine. I don't know. No, I still see his comments. Oh, there we go. He was talking about my wife now. See ya, buddy. I hope it was fun while it lasted, sir. You won't see his comments now. Yeah, but I think that a short week has a lot to do with it on Thursday night games. You usually see the home teams win on Thursday nights, and I think that traveling in 3 days has a lot to do with it. Listen, they could be playing on the moon today. There's no excuse to be getting blown out like this, but it's definitely it definitely makes a difference. What's up, Tiger Mac? How you doing, sir? Why do I still see him? Oh, now he's gone for good. Yeah. Yeah. That was a highlight of his day. Duke and South Carolina will probably be night games, I think. Well, Duke already is announced. It's a 7 o'clock game, I think. South Carolina, I don't know. The past few years, it's been a night game, but South Carolina, I don't know. If they're not ranked, it might not be. Notre Dame Nation says Trevor Lawrence is the 4th best quarterback in the country behind Tua, Will Grier, and Kyler Murray. I mean, I don't know. That's subjective. I mean, we can all agree that Tua would be number 1 right now. But see, you got to understand, Trevor Lawrence has only played. Well, he didn't start the first 4 games of the season. So if you're going to compare statistic wise, he's not going to match up in stats to those guys because they've been playing, starting every game of the year. But I don't think that Will Grier is better than Trevor Lawrence. Kyler Murray, I'm not sure he is either. He's just, he's got great stats, though. 2nd and goal, touchdown, Pittsburgh. Again, that's subjective. Those are all great quarterbacks. Those are probably the top 4 quarterbacks in the country. Nobody's going to argue with that. Lawrence is not better than Haskins or Will Grier. Yeah, okay. We'll see. We'll see about that. I mean, Will Grier's like 30 years old. The guy's, I mean, he's got like kids. He's married. I mean, you're comparing a guy who's been playing for 18 years to a first-year starter. I mean, somebody needs to check that guy's birth certificate. Out of the top 4 teams, you hope Notre Dame goes all the way. Well, that's not going to happen, unfortunately, for Notre Dame fans. This would be the score for Bama and Clemson. In what universe, sir? You might want to argue with Joel Klatt. According to him, Alabama would only beat Clemson by 3 points because he's got the computer algorithm to prove it. Other than Hurts, Chase Bryce is the best backup in the country. I don't know if we've seen enough of him to make that determination. He's a good backup, though. Supreme Snipes. Is Clemson still good? Yeah, Joel Klatt is an idiot. He's still smarter than you, though, sir. Which isn't hard to do. Do I think the Texans will make the Final Four? Do I think the Texans will make the Final Four? You mean, do I think that the Texans will make the AFC Championship game? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. They'll definitely make the playoffs because they're going to win that division. Clemson 42, Boston College 10. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. What's the line on it? 20.5. Yeah, I'll give Boston College a little bit more credit than that. I think Boston College can score 17 to 20 points, but they're not going to. Clemson will probably score 40. Okay, so you're not being a troll. Yes, Clemson's currently number 2 in the country, and the second winningest team over the past 8 years collectively. So yes. Listen, he could be the best quarterback in the country if he only played 1 snap. What's your point, Church of Bama? And yes, Chase Bryce is better than Jalen Hurts as a quarterback. I agree. Jalen Hurts is not a quarterback. He's a running back. Man, this game is boring. I don't even care about them losing so much as that it's not a good game. I mean, if it would have been a good game, I'd have been a lot happier than this. This is just pitiful. This is pitiful even if you're not a fan of either one of these teams. What's up, Clemson Nation? North Carolina State 23-20 over Wake Forest. Is that game still on? Rams and Saints, 2 minutes left. I might have to actually watch that for a second because this is just pitiful. What channel is that on again? The hell? All right. NC State, man. Wake Forest has one of the worst defenses in America. NC State only put up 23 points on them. That's sad. Oh, look, Joel Klatt's here. He says that Alabama is favored by, it looks like probably about a trillion points over Clemson. What's up, Ryan Stanfield? Good afternoon. Glad you could stop in. So Wake Forest only has one timeout left. NC State has 3. First down here would pretty much end the game. 3rd and 14. And it's caught, but he's short of the first down. So NC State's going to have to kick a field goal here. And then there'll be about 1 minute and 40 seconds left for Wake Forest to try to go the distance of the field and get a touchdown to win it. Oh, they're going for it, I think. The hell was that? They're going for it. So a first down here will end the game. Effectively. I think this is a good play call. What was that? I hope NC State loses this game. They deserve to lose the game. 4th and 3, and you do this. I like the idea of them going for it and not kicking the field goal to end the game. But I don't like the play call. I mean, why don't you run it? I need the Wolfpack to win. No, I don't. NC State, what NC State does has absolutely nothing to do with Clemson. Clemson needs to win out. I mean, they've got 3 games left, and they're going to be heavily favored in every single one of them. I could care less what NC State does. Pete, I have a question. Why didn't you have a YouTube channel earlier repping Clemson? Seems odd that you started your channel last year. Clemson's been good, sir, since 2010. Not since last year. Why don't you have a YouTube channel repping Alabama? What's up, Golden Riot? Hey, Pete, how are you feeling about the Panthers for the rest of the season? I'm feeling good, but the problem is I don't feel good about them winning the division. Wake Forest with a big first down over the middle. You're nervous about Pitt? I wouldn't be nervous about Pitt. I wouldn't be nervous about playing anybody in the Coastal Division if you're a Clemson fan. Incomplete. Inside of a minute left. Notre Dame might lose to Florida State. No, they won't. Have you seen it? Have you watched the Florida State game, sir? Louisville beat Florida State. No, sorry. The other way around. Florida State beat Louisville. But they're equally as terrible. Those are the 2 worst teams in the ACC. Ian Book is hurt. Doesn't matter. I could play quarterback for Notre Dame and still beat Florida State. I mean, they have their backup is a 5th-year senior. Ian Wimbush is not a terrible quarterback. I mean, Notre Dame's not losing that game, okay? I mean, I would laugh if they did, but it's not happening. Name the upset of the week. Okay, let me get out my little paper here. Complete. First down and more for Wake Forest. I don't know. The upset of the week. I mean, I don't see an upset in here. All right, I got one for you. Even though I picked Kentucky, I'm going to say Tennessee beats Kentucky. There's your upset of the week. That's the only one that's even possible out of all the ones I'm looking at. Which I don't even think that's... Wimbush is not a sophomore, sir. He's a senior. Sorry. I know you've only been watching college football for a couple years and you don't know any better, sir. But I just taught you something. Florida State still has athletes, yeah, but they're no good. I mean, they don't have coaching. Who do I think will win, Ohio State or Michigan State? That'll be a good game. The game's in East Lansing. I think Ohio State will win that game. Auburn could upset Georgia. I don't think so. I don't see that happening. I mean, it's possible. I mean, that's high. You say 5% chance. I'd say, well, that's about right. 5% chance. That's probably about right. Yeah, I agree that A&M is going to be a force to be reckoned with here in a few years. Jimbo Fisher is a great recruiter, and he's a really good football coach. I mean, the problem with Jimbo Fisher is he's a piece of crap human being. But other than that, as far as football goes, yeah, A&M will be good. A&M will probably take the spot as the second best team in the SEC West somewhere around 2020, 2021 after he gets a few recruiting cycles in there. But, yeah, I agree. Yeah, the Michigan game is in Ohio State this year. Mm. Oh, complete. And he's going to get a touchdown. Wake Forest is going to win the game. That's sad and embarrassing. That's what that is. NC State. Yeah. No, the game's in Ohio State. No, Jim Harbaugh has never beat Urban Meyer, Ohio State. His first 3 years there. Ohio State does not look very good right now. I think that game could actually be better than what people think it's going to be because Ohio State's still a really good team. They just, this whole Urban Meyer thing from the beginning of the season has really screwed them up. But that game will be close because rivalry games like Michigan and Ohio State are always close. They've had several really close games over the past 3 years. I still think Michigan should win the game. They're a much better football team this year than Ohio State is. But, just leave it up to Jim Harbaugh to screw up the whole season and leave the Big Ten out of the playoff by losing to Ohio State. That's actually not a crazy statement that Church of Bama said. That's actually pretty sensical. He's saying Alabama, Clemson, Oklahoma, and Notre Dame. Well, if Michigan does lose to Ohio State, there's a very good chance that Oklahoma, if they win out, could get in that spot. He's right. The two Wake Forest fans that made the trip will enjoy the win. Yeah. Yeah, I see a lot of people saying they think that Michigan's going to lose to Ohio State. I mean, they can. A Barner that crashed the Gus bus. That's a hell of a name. He says, someone explained to me how the Panthers have one of the best games this season last weekend and then shit the bed tonight. How the hell does that happen? That's a great question. Here's the only answer I can have for you. They played terrible. They played terrible. Their offensive line was terrible. The defense didn't play good. I mean, you name it. The special teams didn't play good. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. A short week on the road. They should have been an underdog, but I don't know about 54 to whatever. Yes, you're allowed to cuss in the chat. No. The only rules I have on here is no racism, no overly sexual content, homophobic stuff, you know, the normal stuff. But yes, you can cuss. Now, he won't be a Bama fan next year. The only way he'll be a Bama fan next year is if Alabama wins the national title this year, then he'll just continue to ride that train. But I guarantee if somehow Clemson wins the national title this year, he'll come back on the channel next year. His name will be Church of Clemson or something like that. Six minutes left in the fourth quarter, 52-14. The Panthers are about to score, but they somehow they can't. Yeah, I don't think no matter what you see, Michigan's not winning a title this year. I mean, they might go to the playoff. I just don't see. I agree with who said this? Johnny Red Dot. Michigan's offense is well. Listen, Michigan's offense is better than it has been, but it's still not good enough to win a national title. I mean, it's not even on the radar of a Clemson and Alabama or an Oklahoma. I mean, Georgia even has a better offense right now than Michigan does. Pete Tiger Mark, it's been fun. It's been real. It's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun. It sounds like he's about to go have relations. So have fun with that, sir. And thanks for stopping in, Ryan. Yeah, I'm about to get off too because I'm tired. First of all, I'm tired of watching this. I'm tired in general. I got to get up early, and I feel like I'm about to lose my voice too. So no reason to update the score. I wish this would have been a better game, even if we lost just for the entertainment factor. But I really appreciate everybody for stopping in. I really am about to lose my voice. Thanks, everybody, for stopping in, even the trolls. If you're new here, please hit the like and subscribe button. You know the deal. If you want to support the channel, hit the link in the description of this video to my Patreon page, and you can go on there. It takes 5 minutes to sign up. You can read all about that. Yeah, I don't know. I will see you guys on, what's today, Thursday? I will see you on Saturday for the Mississippi State and Alabama game. Hopefully that's a better game. Something tells me it's not going to be, but hopefully it is, at least for YouTube purposes. That game starts at 3:30, so I'll be online, I guess, around 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I guess that's it. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Pigskin Pete, checking out.